In most languages, when you want to combine multiple columns together to create a new column, you would simply use syntax such as column 1 plus column 2 plus column 3. You might also include some hard-coded text such as equal signs or dashes, something like that. Well, unfortunately, KQL doesn't have that ability, but it instead gives you the strcat, which is short for string concatenation function. It's pretty simple to use. In this example, I'm just using extend, giving it a new column name called comp_obj_counter. Within the strcat function, I simply pass in the items that I want to concatenate in order. So here, the first thing I'm doing is passing in the column computer, followed by the hard-coded text of a space dash space. It then follows the object name column, another space dash space, and finally the counter name. Here in the output, you're going to see I have a single column called comp_object_counter, which takes the computer name, object name, and counter and combines them into a single column, including dashes between them to help separate them. We can actually take this a little more advanced. Let's come down here to this next example. The first thing I'm going to do is take my performance table for the percent free space counters, where my time generated is between 12 months ago and now. I'm going to extend the month name, and what I'm going to do is I'm using a case statement to get my date part of month for the time generated field, which is going to return me a number from 1 through 12. Based upon that number, I'm going to return the Jan, Feb, Mart, and so forth abbreviations for each month. Essentially, this case statement lets me take my month number and convert it to a 3-character month abbreviation. It's always a good idea to include an else statement just in case an oddball date got put in here somehow. So I've got an unknown month for the last default value. I'm then going to extend this date text by using the strcat function. I'll pass in the month name, then the date part of day. I'll then have a comma, the date part of year for the time generated, and then I'll project all of this out into my output. So when I run this, you're going to see that I have my time generated. I included the month name. Obviously, you wouldn't do this in a real-world situation. I did it just for the demo. But then I have my date text where you can see I get a nice, easy-to-read May 22nd, 2018, and this, of course, would be the correct text for whatever the particular date was. Let's wrap this module up with a query where we take everything we've learned so far and combine it together. What I want to do is to create a count of events bucketed by month for the last year. I want to display the output nicely so that I simply have the month name, a dash, and the year number. I have one other condition in that I don't want to include the current month data because that could be misleading since the current month hasn't completed yet. So we start by going to our event table. The next thing we're going to do is use a where clause to limit time. Time generated between, and then we'll say ago 365D, which gives us 365 days ago, and go all the way through the start of the current month, start of month now. This way we will eliminate data for the current month. We're then going to summarize this by count and place that count into a new variable called event count. We're going to summarize it by the start of the month for the time generated, and that's going to go into a column called cal month. We're then going to sort this cal month in descending order. After that, we're going to extend to get 2 new columns called month number and year number. To accomplish this, we'll use date time part for month and year. For this particular cal month column, this is going to return a number. We're then going to fall into another extend where we'll use month name equals, and then we have a case statement. You saw something like this before where we were doing a case on the month number. For each number, we're going to return a 3-character abbreviation. Finally, we'll use one more extend to create a new column called the year month, and we'll use strcat to combine this together into a nice looking month name dash year, we'll project just that final year month and the event count. So when I run this, we'll come down here and let me bring this up so you can see more data. We'll see we have 3 rows, April, March, and February for the year 2018, and we see the number of events I had for each one of these. By combining all of the various techniques we've learned thus far, we can create some pretty nifty summary style reports. With the completion of this module, you should now be comfortable with the ways you can manipulate date and string data. In addition, you should also be comfortable with logical operators such as IIF and case. In the next module, we'll cover the advanced aggregations KQL has to offer. This will include standard aggregations such as min, max, and sum, but also ones unique to KQL such as make set, make list, and MV expand.